So, got my camera set up so I can use my hands. This next album that I'm going to be reviewing is, hope you guys can see me, is The Ugly Organ. The name of the album is The Ugly Organ. The band is Cursive. You know, they're an interesting band. This is sponsored to you by Dr. Pepper. Have some Dr. Pepper. It's refreshing. I wish I could get a sponsor. Anyway, yeah, this band is a strange band. I'll just put it that way. The first time I ever heard them was a long time ago. I was about 16 or 17, maybe 18, 19 maybe. I don't know. But anyway, the album I heard by them was Domestica, and it was a strange thing, man. They were like, you know, they're an indie band. Dr. Pepper also makes you burp. But, excuse me. They're an indie band that, they do a lot of, you know, they use a lot of violins, cellos, and it's a different kind of rock. I'll just say that. They're real, like, into the artsy side of rock. I don't know how to really explain that. You just have to hear them. The singing, the vocals are interesting. You know, he kind of has a... The best way I can describe their music without having to trip over my words is schizo rock. And that means basically schizophrenic rock. I mean, it's just weird, man. A lot of ins and outs on the music, a lot of, you know, the singer's really everywhere, man. He's, you know, he's got highs, lows, singing though. It's no screaming stuff or anything. Every once in a while he'll yell or whatever, but it's not like screaming like metal and stuff. But anyway, this album, it was great, man. There's probably, I think there's 10 songs on this album. There is 10 songs on this album. And, you know, there's one song that's in particular that I love. I mean, I love all the songs on this album, every one of them. But there's one called Gentleman Caller, and it tells a story about this guy who is basically, and the lyrics, man, the lyrics are great. There's not a lot of bands that can, capture you with their lyrics, but these guys do, if you really listen to them. But this song's about a guy and a girl, and they're basically like, you know, one of them cheats on the other one, and, you know, this guy, you know, or not necessarily cheats on him, but basically it's a whole jealousy song. And, you know, they're trying to get back at each other and stuff, and, you know, he's drunk one night and, you know, does whatever with this girl, and, you know, they go into this violin part, and it's so drastic of a change. That's what I'm talking about these guys. It's like really chaotic. The first couple of verses are really chaotic, really weird guitar riffs. I love this band though. And then they go into this violin part. I mean, it's beautiful. And the lyrics go, you know, and in the morning, on the sober dawn of someday, you're not sure what you have done, and you know, it just keeps on going to telling the story of how this guy feels bad for what he did. He wasn't even thinking, you know, what he lost, you know, and, you know, that kind of stuff. Their song, one of the songs is called The Butcher Song. That's a good song. Not to be confused with the Deftones Butcher Song. Actually, it's not called Butcher Song. But anyway, there's another song called Driftwood. I believe that's the one that talks about, I may be wrong here, I haven't listened to this album in a while, but I believe that's the one that talks about, basically, he was married, or, you know, he had a girlfriend he had kids with, or he was married, I'm not sure. And basically it's his view of looking in on his, you know, wife or ex-wife or whatever, and this new guy that's in the relationship and his kid. And that's what I'm talking about. The lyrics are really awesome on this album, and all the songs tell a story, and I love storytelling songs. You know, that's why I hate pop music so much. It has no substance to it whatsoever. You know, rap music has no substance whatsoever. I'm a feeling kind of guy, and I'm an emotional kind of guy, and I gotta feel the music. I can't just listen to some crap about, you know, whatever this pop music is about nowadays. You know, dancing at the club, all that crap. Give me a break, man. You know, live a life. Don't just go with the flow. And that's my preaching for the day. I can't get with pop music, man. Pop music is for the masses, the drones, if you will. It just makes me sick. I just want to puke all over it. But anyway, yeah. So Ugly Organ by Cursive. Check that stuff out. I'm not gonna say you'll like it because it's different. It took me a while to catch on to these guys, but after I listened to their previous album before Ugly Organ, Domestica, I listened to that one a lot still, man. That one's an awesome album too. But you know, I really got the feeling for these guys. You know, like I said, they're artsy, and a lot of artsy bands do stories in their music, and I'm a big fan of indie rock. A lot of good metal bands do stories in their music. A lot of good hardcore bands do stories in their music. You know, a lot of underground bands, let me just put it that way, that covers the whole base, you know. Everywhere from indie to deathcore, death metal. You know, a lot of these bands tell stories in their albums. A lot of the metal bands, you can't hear the lyrics, you got to read them or whatever. I've listened to metal long enough I can decipher, but a lot of people can't. Anyway, I know I was jumping around a little bit, but you know, go check these guys out. I'll put some tags on the bottom to the Ugly Organ album, and probably to Domestica too, because you got to check that one out if you really want to know what Cursive's all about. But you guys have a great day, and I will see you on the other side. Peace.